What's up, guys? How's it going? It's John, Gamester81. Very exciting news. Nintendo recently announced that they're coming out with a Super Nintendo Classic Mini. This is a follow-up to their really successful NES Classic Mini that came out last year. This is basically like a handheld, I shouldn't say handheld because it's confusing, poor choice of words, but it's a small unit that has, in this case, 21 built-in Super Nintendo games. It's a plug and play, more or less. Now, the difference between this one and the NES Classic is that this will come with 2 controllers opposed to 1. It is wait to be seen as far as the length of these controller cords. I know one big gripe about people had with the original NES Classic last year was that the cords were super short for the controllers. In fact, third-party companies were releasing extension cords just to play it. So that tells you something. So this will come with 2 controllers opposed to 1, which is, I guess, a really good thing. However, the price of this is also more. The NES Classic retailed for $60 US. On the secondhand market, retailed for $300, $400 or more because it was super hard to find. Where this one is going to retail for $80 US. Comes out September 29th later this year. It's coming out in Japan as well. They're going to have to do a Super Famicom version. I imagine just like the NES Classic, they'll have a version in Europe, a PAL version as well with different box art, which I think is really cool. I haven't really heard much about the European release. I imagine the games will be similar to what's released here in North America. Although the Super Famicom port will have some different games. They'll have most of the same games, but there'll be some different games. There's like a soccer title in there. One thing about games though, there are less games than on the NES Classic. The NES Classic had 30 built-in games. This one has 21 built-in games. I'm gonna read you the list of what games are included. This is a list of games, guys, A+ on games. Contra 3 Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, awesome. Earthbound, fantastic. Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby's Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, awesome. Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, or Secret of Mana, depending on how you want to say it. Star Fox, here's an interesting title, Star Fox 2. Never was released on Super Nintendo officially. People have recently done homebrews of it, but it was an unreleased title. Really fun game. I did a video on my channel a little while ago. It's really cool that people will be able to play that for many cases for the first time. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the 7 Stars, one of my favorite games, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, and Yoshi's Island. Awesome list of games. No Pilot Wings, no Wave Race, which is kind of disappointing. They could have thrown some of those in there. But they're not only Nintendo titles, but as you heard, there are some Capcom titles. There's one Konami title with Contra, which is great. I'm really excited for this. I'll be picking one up. Now, it kind of begs the question, how hard will this thing be to find? My guess, based on Nintendo's history of distribution with both the Amiibos and Nintendo Classic, is this thing is going to be extremely hard to find. It will sell out. The demand is going to be crazy for it. And it'll probably retail in the secondhand market again for $300, $400 or more, which is really, really disappointing. Now, I've heard in regards to the NES Classic, all that's really in there is a modified Raspberry Pi board. People have hacked that and basically have added more games to it. If you're looking to play this for the gaming part of it, you're probably better off getting your Raspberry Pi, I'll be honest with you, which you can put tons of ROMs on it, tons of different games, tons of different systems. However, just for the nostalgic factor, I'll be picking this up because I think it's really cool. Super Nintendo is one of my favorite consoles of all time. I really hope Nintendo learned their lesson on a couple things. I hope the distribution is much better, and I hope that the extension cords for the cables for the controllers are much longer. But they basically will play in HDMI, and you'll be able to save it. I love the fact that it's coming with 2 controllers opposed to 1 like before. But again, you're paying the extra $20 because it's now $80 instead of $60. So let me know what you guys think. Will you guys be picking up the Super Nintendo Classic Mini or the SNES Classic Mini? Leave a comment below. I'm really curious what you guys' thoughts about this are. It also begs the question, will they come out with an N64 Mini, Classic Mini? I would love to see that. That would be kind of the next logical step. How about a Game Boy Mini? Well, I guess they've already done that, but you kind of get what I'm saying here. They could do a lot with this. I think it's smart for Nintendo to go back to the nostalgia, kind of tug at our heartstrings for those who grew up playing this stuff. I think it will create a lot of excitement for younger people who may have not played the Super Nintendo when it first came out. Give them an opportunity now get into these games, because some of these games, in fact, all these games in my book are classic. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Take care and game on.